All right, Shalom. Want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kakadash, Daban is the Apostle of Great Millstone, and salutation of the items that's preaching 144 truth coming out of GMS, right? This is a Las Vegas Clan Man of Valor. Go by Cologne, hopefully coming to you with another edifying lesson. To you men, women, and children who believe on the name of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, which Yahweh means He is, He exists, Ba'ashem in the name, and Yahweh Shai means He deliver. All right, because the only ones who's going to receive salvation on this go around is the elect. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, Seminole Indians, and speckled birds. That father line go back to our forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Starting with the men, first and foremost, the 144,000 men, that government body, Lord willing, part of that number, Honoran Ratazah, and the men, women, and children who believe on the testimony of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai. All right. Hopefully, this is an edifying lesson to the elect. All right. Name of this lesson is going to be called 7.4. All right. 7.4 earthquakes, and signs in the heavens. All right. I'm going to pull this and then I'm going to just, hopefully it's edifying to the elect. This is Luke 21:11. It says, and great earthquakes shall be in diverse places. Shalaki. And I'm going to stop there. All right. Well, I'm going to read the whole thing and I'm going to stop there. This is Yahweh Shai speaking. All right. It says, again, Luke 21:11 again. All right. Yahweh Shai speaking says, and great earthquakes shall be in diverse places, and famines and pestilence, which we are seeing that now. Definitely the pestilence that's going around over the world. Famine, also famine in the word is getting closer for that to happen. All right. Not just bread alone. All right. Amos 8:11. All right. And it says, and fearful signs and great signs that there should be from the heavens. And, I'm going to speak more on that too for August 12th. All right. Where the planets alignment, all right, are coming together. 6 planets are aligning. All right. For that solar eclipse. And I'm going to talk more on that. For August 12th, for the great signs in heavens. All right. But first, let's talk about these earthquakes because, it's happening all over the world, man. So this is off earthquaketrack.com. It's a site where you can see all the earthquakes around the world, what's going on, previous and real time, what's happening like right now, right? So I'm going to get this. It was a 7.4 magnitude earthquake near San Jose del Porlamar, Chico, Colombia. Now, Salaki, if I didn't pronounce that right, but I did the best I can. But like I said, you can look it up for yourself, all right? And Colombia, 7.4. Now, I saw the video on woo-wee. Now, buildings is shaking. People inside. We don't know the total death yet. The information I didn't get yet. All right. But I know Yahweh Shai ain't playing with Israel, right? Because, that's the northern tribe over there in Colombia. And you probably got some southern sprinkled in there too as well. But Yahweh Shai ain't playing with you, Israel. All right? You need to repent. This is definitely going to happen in the shores of America. All right? Spirit of Egypt, Rome 2.0. All right? Here in the shores of America. Definitely in California, what is the San Andreas fault. All right? Like that movie with The Rock in it. All right. Now they've been talking about that big one in California, you know what I'm saying? California, that big, huge one, and make that an island, right? But that's supposed to be happening. And it's going to happen, all right, because it's prophesied, all right? And these diverse places, like said, look, right here it says, there have been M 1.5 or greater, so the greater of the magnitude of earthquakes, all right? It said 125 earthquakes in the past 24 hours. In the past 24 hours, there was 125 earthquakes. 1,177 earthquakes in the past 7 weeks, 7 days, Salaki. So in 7 days, there was a total of 1,177 earthquakes. Now let's do 30 days. 5,351 earthquakes in the past 30 days. So a whole month. And it's all over the world, right? And this is the kicker. 56,040 earthquakes, all right, in the past 365 days. Crazy. Because looking here, it says the biggest earthquakes right now is the 7.4, which happened in Colombia, San Jose fault today, right? Then last week they had a 7.4. And the month prior, they had a 7.4. So Chico, Colombia, I don't know what the fuck's going on. Probably wickedness like a motherfucker. For this constantly to keep happening, a 7.4 every time, every month, they getting hit 7.4. And then last year was in the Philippines was a 7.8. But as you look on here, right, it says earthquakes over 3.5 million within the last 24 hours. So the biggest earthquake was the one that was in Colombia, the 7.8. But just 2 hours ago was a 4.5 magnitude, 448-kilometer death south of Fiji's island. So this is keeping the upscale of earthquakes previous happening, right? And on the it's called earthquaketrack.com. So if you really want to stay up to date and see what's going on around the world with earthquakes, this is a good one to check out because they're letting you know in time throughout the hours or throughout the day what's going on. All right. And like said back in Luke 21:11, right? It says, great earthquakes shall be in diverse places. So earthquakes is happening all over the world, man. All right. Second Ezra 15:16. All right. Earthquakes in diverse places. All right. That's happening, man. Can't get away from that. Okay. And it's gonna, and you know, and I live in Las Vegas, so we get the aftershock waves of whatever happens in California. So when that big one happens in Cali, oh, please believe Vegas is gonna feel that. Vegas is going to feel it for sure. Because I forgot, it was like I think 5 years ago, there was I felt an earthquake here. And it was like a little, you know what I'm saying, like this, but I'm like, wow. And I was from California. So I'm like, dang, all right, that was a mediocre one. And we felt that. So imagine a big, big one. All right. Vegas getting jacked up too, please believe it. But these earthquakes is happening all over the world. And I'm gonna go back to that site again because it's very interesting to look at all like everywhere what's happening, right? So you know you got 4.5s, 3.6, 3.4s, 4.7, right? So like, but when you get to that, this the 6, 7, 8, it's historic, bro, right? And then it shows you on the maps like all through the coast from North America all the way going down to South America, Slacky, right? And also in those areas of you know, Africa and the tips of Europe and stuff like that. Basically, it's happening all over the world. The earthquakes is happening all over the world. But this app really shows you like everything, what's going on in time, and it's a really good app to you know, if you want to stay up to par on these earthquakes of what's going on. You know, it's a good app. Again, this is earthquakestrack.com, and it just keep you update on previous earthquakes or going out throughout, you know, throughout the world. And back to Luke 21:11 again. Slucky, right? It says the famines and pestilence. So we already know with them pestilence, slucky, pestilence of you got that runny diarrhea that's running rampant, right? And you have these other HIV going crazy, AIDS, all these other pestilences coming, old pestilence from back in the day coming back. People forgot about chickenpox or any of these old illnesses, or they're re coming back, right? And they're re coming back. And then how about Shimon Shai, man? Because hey, 2/3 of our people gotta go, right? Famine in the word. When famine the word hit, what y'all gonna do then? All right. We were talking about that in Bible study. Like, what are you gonna do when the men of the prophets are not on the highways and byways no more? And the famine of the word is gone. I mean, look at Canada. Passed the bill. You can't even preach in the streets, man. Felony charges, right to jail. That's what's coming to the shores of America, man. All right. Don't get it twisted. The word's still gonna be doing what it does, but it ain't gonna be out like it is freely when the prophets of Yahweh Shem Yahshua are out there, hey, trying to give you this good news and this gospel. All right, but you being reprobate and you don't care for it. So all right then, keep that same energy when Yahweh Shem Yahshua arrives. All right. Now, in the fearful sights and great signs, Like I was speaking on it said August 12th, solar eclipse, right? And I'm gonna look that up too as well, so you get some more information on that too. Solar solar eclipse. Let's see what they're talking about that. Oh shit. It's lucky. It's running off my tablet. All right, here it goes. So it says a total solar eclipse will occur on August 12th, 2026. The path of total, crossing Greenland, Iceland, and northern Russia, Europe, northern Spain, with a potential eclipse visible across each of Europe, Northwest Africa, parts of Canada, and northern United States. So it's going to be like a what they call it, a meteor shower, right? And these are those great signs for Yahweh Shai arrival. I think it was like 2 weeks ago. Like the moon looked kind of bloody, yellowish. I didn't get a good picture of it because of my camera. But you seeing these signs in the heavens, man. All right, letting you know that Yahweh Shai is almost almost here. Okay. The time that it's supposed to happen around is 5:48 p.m. around their time, but our time it doesn't really say here. But they are saying 88 to 96% of the sun will be covered afternoon, evening in Europe and UK. Northern regions of the U.S., parts of Canada will experience a minor potential eclipse. So we'll probably get to see a little of it, while the other side of the world will see a lot of action, right? So hopefully some people get some good recordings so we can see that. But these are those great signs, man. All right. So, Yahweh Shemiah Shai is letting us know, hey, he almost here. Like, and how we know is through prophecy. Okay, that's how we know, through prophecy, right? Was it measuring the time, right? Was that Second Ezra 9:1? I just pull it. It says, "He answered me then and said, Measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when he sees part of the signs past which he have made thee before, then shall they understand that it is the very same time where the highest will began to visit the world which he made." And right, correct, and we are in those times. Yahweh Shemiah Shai is coming because he created everything we see with the elect. You know what I'm saying? With the Alahims, the 144,000, all right, his favorites, giving them the blueprint to create with them, all right, what we are encountering today. Okay, so we are at that point where Yahweh Shai is coming. And it says, continuing, therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, which, hey, we're seeing those. That 7.4 in Colombia, that was crazy seeing that. The hospital coming down, people in there screaming, they don't know what to do. You go outside trying to stay away from anything falling on you, but you don't know if the floor gonna just collapse in a sinkhole and you just fall through that shit. That's terrifying. You know what I'm saying? I've been in some earthquakes and stuff like that, but nothing to that magnitude where it's like that. So yeah, that's a fearful case to be in. But if you win it, Lord willing, you got the names to keep you safe. Yahweh Shemiah Shai, man. All right. Salaki, where was I? Yeah. Salaki, back on Second Ezra 9:3 again, says, therefore, when there should be seen of earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, and we've seen uproars. You look at Italy, right? A lot of their citizens stop working just to see them near the government fold, man. Which that show you the power of the people. Okay, uproars of the people all over the world, civil unrest. You seen it in the States. Hell, it's happening here in Vegas. Uproar of the people, right? Uproars all over the world. They sick of this damn government. They sick of who's ruling. All right, the people are looking for new rulers, whether they know it or not. But the true rulers, Salaki, or warriors, right, who gonna truly rule is gonna be when Yahweh Shai arrives here with the elect. When the righteous are in rulership, the people rejoice. Ain't nobody rejoicing right now. That's why you see the uproar of the people. They're mourning right now. Because who's ruling? The wicked. All right? It says, then shall they understand that the Most High spoke of these things from the days that were even from the beginning. All right? For like as all that is made in the world, which hath a beginning and the end is manifest. So 2 Ezra 6:9, the end of the world is Esau. We can see that we're at the end of a rulership. We can see we're at the end of rulership. All right, Esau, Edom, we're at the end of his kingdom going down, and they know it. And they know they only got a little bit more time to do their little master plan, thinking they can take over the world, Pinky, right? But they not. All right, Yahushua is going to invade, interrupt, and take what's rightfully his. All right, and pit you fuckers down. All right, and like I said, the end is manifesting. So we're seeing all these things, and all these things has to happen in order for us to get the kingdom, man. All right, so all these things has to happen. All right, all these things have to happen. I'm going to continue here. It says, even so, the times of the highest have planned beginnings and wonders and powerful works and endings and effects of signs, in which we're seeing these signs, which I was just telling you about the solar eclipse that's supposed to happen August 12th. These are signs of his arrival. Yahweh Shem Yahushua is almost here. We almost out of here, man. All right, beautiful and scary times right now. All right, but stay prayed up. You know what I'm saying? Fast, repent, come back to Yahweh Shem Yahushua before that mercy window closes, man, because it's almost, that door is getting ready to close, man. And once it's over, man. All right, if you ain't got that mark of invention, it's lucky to not be harmed, which we know men of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, certain prophets will be martyrs of the testament of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. But for the others, but he should be saved. All right, you're gonna get saved out of it. All right, Yahweh Shem Yahushua is saving who he loves. Okay, and these earthquakes are gonna keep continuing getting worse and worse, and just wait until it hits California. Wait for that, because it's gonna happen. All right, so I hope this was an edifying lesson to you. Like, I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua B'Shem Kakadash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, and salutation out to the icons that's preaching 144 truth coming out GMS. All right, this is Las Vegas Campbell and Valor. Goodbye, Cologne. Till next time, hey, Shalom.